What's going on, everyone? This is Spilling Tea with Chris G, and tonight I'm going over Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 9. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and spill the tea for you guys, and we're going to start off with my top five highlights. Let's get it. So, for my first highlight and the tea, I'm going to go ahead and spill that for you guys. Kandi comes home to the Candid Cody clique, her people, Don Juan, Carmen, Todd, are all, they were all there. And she basically was telling them about her glamping trip and how Porsha was acting like she wasn't the one that was saying that Kandi was a lesbian. Kandi had said that her and Porsha did tongue kiss one time, which Don Juan, his reaction was killing me. And that Porsha wanted to go ahead and take a bite of her fuzzy peach. And Don Juan got up and was hollering. But I think that's the part that bothered Kandi was like she was saying, like, you sitting up here saying, who said that? Like an owl. And you the one who's talking about it. You and Phaedra. And Phaedra was sitting in the back, child, at that table, sitting back there, sipping that wine and sweating, because that would have been the next step if Porsha would have said, well, you know what? Phaedra was the first one who started the conversation. Now, Kandi was on Watch What Happens Live Sunday with Andy Cohen. And she said that that was actually the first time that she's seen them talking about her like that on the show, that nobody had mentioned anything about it until after the show had aired. So she didn't even know they were talking about that. And she was saying that, she knows things that Porsha have done, just like Porsha might know some things that Kandi has done, but she was just kind of disappointed in the fact of the way that they were talking. There were also some text messages released back in 2014 that was saying that Porsha was saying, whatever happens here stays here, like in Vegas, ha ha ha, so it's a mess. Anyways, on to my second highlight. So Riley Burris was in the studio. She had made a song called Better Late Than Never, which was basically talking about, the hurt her dad was putting her through. And, I'm sure that it reached out to a lot of, kids or adults that were kind of going through the same thing, because as you guys know, the history of Block is Block says, oh, we're going to hang out, and he never does. And Kandi was saying that this is another time where Block did call Riley for her birthday, but it's been over a month and they still have not gotten together. Now, since then, Block did post on his Instagram that they did get together and they finally did have a sit down and had a daddy-daughter day. So that was good. But Riley had released her song, so it is now on iTunes. And last time I checked on Kandi's Instagram, she's number 29. So that is really dope. Congratulations to Riley Burris. And of course, I like it because at least the song does have something behind it. It has a message. A lot of things we're hearing nowadays don't have nothing. So, you know what? Go ahead, girl. And it's very hard bearing your soul out there to the world. So get them songs out there, girl. Keep reaching them. Anyways, let's go ahead and hit my third highlight. So Cynthia and Sheree had met up because Cairo is working with Cynthia, and he will be walking in her runway show for her cargo line. And of course, Sheree, here she come. I don't think a Thursday or Wednesday is gonna work. I think we're gonna have to do it on Saturday because of school and stuff. Like, girl, like, if Tom Ford said, hey, Chris G, you want to go ahead and walk in my runway? I'm not going to be like, you know what? I got to work on Monday. I don't think that's a good time. Can we do Saturday? No, I'm going to get up in that show and walk. And that's the same thing that I'm like, Sheree, come on now. Cairo is he wants to be a model. He's getting out there. He's going to be walking in a fashion show line, and he's getting experience. So, I mean, it's not going to be around your time frame. Like Cynthia was saying, I mean, I'm not going to move my time for his school. I mean, you're the momager. You have to make sure he gets his schoolwork and stuff done, and you also have to make sure too that if he whatever he's missing, you got to go up to the school and go get his homework, so that way he makes sure he covers it. I mean, so anyways, Cynthia made up her mind, basically, excuse me, mind, and yes, he is going to be walking. But Sheree, girl, bye. On to my fourth highlight. Porsha and Todd. So I cannot. Porsha sat down with Todd because she feels like Todd is not being serious. Todd done went crazy, y'all. He done quit his job, child. He done moved down to Atlanta. He is doing the most. He is like, I'm on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think Todd is down there partying too on top of it. I think Todd is just having a good time. He's letting loose. You know, sometimes you be so much up in these, like, in a job for so long, and then after you quit, you just like run wild. Well, that's what's happening. But that's not fitting into Porsha's plans, because Porsha just brought a $1.4 million home in Atlanta. And it's over 10,000 square feet, and she needs somebody to help pay that mortgage, not support them. So, of course, Porsha is like, listen, you know, I just wanted the baby at first. I really didn't want no family situation. I chose to get into a relationship with you, but that can all change if you don't get your life. So Porsha was like, you know, kind of like me. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's also going to help Todd too if he gets back on his own feet and, you know, starts back working and things like that. So, they kind of made up, you know, I don't know if Porsha is still with Todd. I haven't seen Todd on any of her Instagram pictures or nothing like that. I've been trying to see. I think Portia's just out here in these streets working. But yeah, hopefully Todd gets it together. On to my fifth highlight. Kandi and Porsha meet up, and they're trying to figure out who is the biggest freak out there in them streets. So basically, Porsha was like, Kandi, you know, I'm trying to reach out to you. I'm trying to call you. What's been going on? And Kandi was saying, well, you know, I seen that, and I was disappointed because of the way that you were talking, you know, like how you were going so hard to find out who, what, where, and why. Somebody was talking about me being a lesbian, and you were the main one that was talking about it. So they proceeded to go back and forth. Porsha, with her Porsha's clapbacks, she's A1. She's A1, you know, calling Kandi's house the International House of Hoes. And then they started talking about how both of, you know, each other were freak hoes. Porsha also had said that Kandi slept with a lot of people in R&B groups.
Everybody knows what you do.
Listen,
it's not a secret of what you've done back in the day with all these R&B groups you slept with, flopped with here and there.
I know you ain't finna go into talking about people slept with R&B groups.
While Porsha was in music videos, and Kandi was saying, I'm sure you didn't get there because of your talent. Actually, Porsha, a little FYI for you guys, she was in the Trillville video back in the day when, you know, that rap in the South was like hitting it back in the early 2000s. Anyways, and I'm sure Porsha was in many other music videos as well. So they basically were going back and forth. You know what? I'm Team Kandi. And the reason why I'm Team Kandi is because I feel like Porsha was hitting below the belt. I feel like, you know what, if you're, you know, out there doing what you do, you having threesomes or whatever your preference is, that should be your business and that should stay in the bedroom. I don't believe that, you know, Porsha is out here, you know, saying, oh, Todd is out here cheating. He is calling himself Marvin. Kandi was in a relationship with another female for the past 7 years, and they finally broke up. I mean, you know, I feel like that she was hitting below the belt with Kandi, and Kandi has other professional gigs out here other than Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's a producer, she's a writer, she's a Grammy Award winner. You know, she has businesses, and I feel like Porsha, you know, almost all that information will kind of tear you down. Now, I was on Twitter, and somebody said Big Head Todd does look like a Big Head Marvin, which I just started laughing. And Kenya, of course, she took to her Twitter to let us know that she is Team Kandi. Now, the tea is, y'all, Porsha has admitted that she is no longer friends with Phaedra. Now, earlier in the episode, Phaedra had came to Porsha to let her know that her divorce was finalized. But Andy was talking about it with Kandi on Watch What Happens Live. He was saying, you know, are you surprised about Porsha and Phaedra not being friends? And Kandi said no, because they never even hung out outside of the show anyways. But I know that, you know, Phaedra was good friends with Kandi, so I know by Phaedra saying that, oh, her and Shamia is doing this and, you know, all that, I know that that kind of hurt Kandi as well. So, but yes, child, them two was trying to figure out who was what. But me personally, I am Team Kandi. You know, she is just letting them have it this season. She is tired of being quiet. She done found her voice, and she's tired of them running over her. So a lot of people don't like it because they feel like Kandi has become too opinionated. But I mean, she's not becoming opinionated. She's just letting them know what's out there in them streets. And, you know, hopefully they're not giving this information to Mama Joyce. Well, now Mama Joyce gonna see it now. So, because, you know, she really got her ears in them streets. Anyways, that is it for my top 5 highlights. And I spilled a little bit of tea for you guys as well. Please make sure you go ahead and subscribe. I will see you all next week.